Rory Friars, Tony Wright, Chris Wee, Johnny Adger, and us four make up and So I Watch You From Afar.
Got together just a little over a year ago. Me, Rory and Chris used to be in a band together at Zombie Safari Park, represent. And me and Johnny also used to be in a band together, Pepperbrook, eons ago. And we all were just jamming out at White Park Bay, at Rory's old house. And just felt like something cool was happening, like just something that we were interested in exploring as much as we could.
Every like couple of months there seems to be like
Another benchmark.
yeah.
It's like, remember, even when we did like our second Belfast show was in the limelight supporting We Are Knives for a Blueprint showcase, and for that to be our second show in Belfast, we were just like, whoa, and that was obviously a highlight. And then like things progressed from there, and like supporting 65 Days of Static, one of the Radar nights was incredible, and supporting like Your Codename Is Milo is one of like, God rest their souls, but the band
They
souls.
broke up, they're not dead.
But that was absolutely incredible. And then I think, but just as a personal highlight for myself, had to be Glasgowbury this year, playing the second tent. There was a point in the last song, we were playing, we have a song called Mount Kailash, and there's a part in it where it just cuts to me and the guitar, and Rory was just doing what he always does, like just keeping the rhythm, banging his hands together, looking down. I hadn't seen this. I just saw this sea of people, like right to the very back, like everyone in the tent just clapping their hands as quick as anything. Rory said he felt like Freddie Mercury.
Yeah, Radio Gaga.
But it was just incredible. It was just like, whoa, they're doing that because I'm playing this. Cool.
Yeah, it's been good. There's so many You know, our first Belfast, we ended up headlining it somehow. I don't know. That kind of kick-started the whole, I don't know, us sort of fluking our way to be able to play these amazing shows and get to do so many exciting things this year. about 6 or 7 months ago, we released our first attempt at a bit of recording. It was titled "This Is Our Machine and Nothing Can Stop It." And then we decided, rather than kind of trying to ride the small wave of success that kind of brought us, we'd get stuck in straight away to something else. So the next project we got stuck into was called "Tonight the City Burns." It's a collaboration EP with various artists throughout the north, people we respected, knew, sort of liked what they did. So we're an instrumental band, but there's a few vocal appearances from the likes of Caharo Doherty from Fighting with Wire, Johnny Black LaFaro, Neil Hughes from Drowned by Night, and Jeff Topley,
aka Cruz.
aka Cruz or Phone Boy. And no, we're dead excited about it. And on top of that, we've also been lucky enough to secure the re-release of "This Is Our Machine, Nothing Can Stop It" into the UK and Europe. Kind of varies from song to song. I mean, I'd maybe come in with a wee bit of an arrangement of the kind of just what goes where, and then we kind of bring it. I suppose, and Chris, me and Chris would do a lot of work one to one, on kind of just rhythms and arrangements and how the song goes, and then Tony's the master of the catchy melody and the bit that really sugarcoats the whole thing. So you are. So yeah, and then Johnny just usually comes in with his devastatingly loud bass and
gives it a bit of backbone.
Yeah, at the start we were just jamming out tunes.
Everything was
just
basically,
jamming out ideas.
everything was really kind of crescendo based.
Yeah, it's like start off quiet and we'll go up to loud and then we'll go down to the quiet bit the exact same
And then
thing
even
again,
louder.
And then loud for twice as long at the end. I think we felt after a couple of months we really wanted to, we missed our kind of, I mean we were all in punk rock bands and stuff, so we kind of missed that kind of, you know, more, you know, urgent feel about songs, and then we've started to try and be a bit more creative about our arrangements and more pieces in the song.
Having them as dynamic as possible, like, and like not knowing what's going to happen next.
And be careful. We're, you know, being careful not to become
too self-indulgent and
Yeah.
things like so. Because if you're an instrumental band, it can be very easy to do that.
We did play with a band one time, and they said to us, "Oh, don't you hate the way we'll be playing this show and everyone's not, everyone's just all rowdy and getting drunk and they're not gonna, stand quietly and pay attention to the show." And I was like, hold on a minute, that's the best bit. It's like that's what you want, So I think it's kind of like
maybe if we were sitting there with an acoustic guitar, bearing our souls, like that would be like we'd appreciate people sitting there being quiet. But when we're up there, like hitting our dirt boxes and like just like jumping around, going crazy, like, and just like if we're doing that, we want the people out there to feel that as well. Like we want them to be able to. We want them to have a good time and want them to enjoy themselves and release. It's a release basically for us. We want it to be a release for them as well. We don't want people like standing around going, it was so interesting what they did in the Middle Age.
I wonder what that song means. Let's analyse it when we get home. We'll crack open a bottle of red. But no, I think within the first couple of months we definitely were very eager to bring in the kind of a bigger live element and have it more accessible to the people who we would associate ourselves with and class ourselves as, like, you know, just kind of, you know, gig monkeys and punk rockers, and people who are there to see something, you know, fast and furious. We got up here in September. We had the year. That's kind of like what we wanted to do in the year, and we ticked everything off. And then we ended up, you know, I mean, the stage we're at now has far exceeded what we, you know, first of all set out to do. I mean, we just wanted to establish ourselves and, you know, look to maybe things beyond Northern Ireland after this. But I mean, we're very lucky. I mean, we feel really lucky, you know, that so much has happened so fast. But as far as the next few years, I mean, you know, we don't want to, like, you know, mention specifics, because obviously we don't want to fall on our face. But I mean, we've got, you know, we know where we want to be, and, you know, it involves, you know, the UK, Europe, and sort of
Further afield.
the universe. Nah,
Saturn in particular.
Saturn, yeah, we talked
There's a
about
really
that
good
specifically.
instrumental punk rock scene in Saturn. Good clubs. Remember that time we partied in Saturn?
That was a dream.